You can start at any time. I'm just going to be playing with the camera until it's right.
Roll to lounge.
Hi and welcome to this latest session of That D&D Podcast. We are That D&D Podcast, and I'm waiting for Mike to interrupt me, but he already did, which means we can get on with tonight's proceedings. My name is Andrew
I threw you off
Otway,
without doing anything.
And let's introduce ourselves, starting with Zach and then moving along roll 20 order.
Okay.
Zach.
Hi, everybody. I interrupted Andrew. Hello, everybody. I am Zach, and I am once again running to a full crew, somewhat surprisingly, of our Konkordat criminals tonight. So this should be fun.
Hi, I'm Chris. I'll be playing the part of Quill, the infernal lawyer who is actually, contrary to belief, less evil than most other lawyers in this universe.
Yeah.
Much
evil.
more upfront about, my whole deal.
Hi, I'm Andrew, and tonight I'll be reprising my role as Mirko Krisha. And hopefully I won't be doing distorty things to people's mics. Although to that mic, I want to do distorty things. Anyways, and yeah, Mirko is rapidly realizing he might be the only adult in the group.
Hi, my name is Kyle. I am coming back to my character of Tyrus tonight, and I was the first player to actually miss a session, which means that something terrible has inevitably happened to me in the interim, but it's fine. It's all fine.
We gave your teeth to Quill.
Oh, I was thinking that somebody would say that, and
it was the damnedest thing. So Quill needed to recharge, so we just forcibly extracted all of your teeth under quite liberal amount of what Shitfingers refers to as boom juice. And you're okay. But now you speak a little bit more funnies.
That's okay, comrade.
Fully 15% of your head survived.
Hey, that's a good number.
Teeth goes to those in most need of chewing.
Hi, I'm Jordan. I don't know how to follow that up, but
Just do your best.
I will be playing the party's lurk, Bird, who is anti-photos, I guess.
You ripped a photo in half and needed to take a week's vacation.
I'm a vicious bird of prey.
I feel like the photo was just kind of the straw that broke the camel's back on that one after we put the anvil on top of the camel.
I listened to some of last week's recording, and I can honestly say that I'm disappointed that I didn't hear anybody go, "Look at this photograph!" No, you can't. I just ripped it in half.
We have standards, damn you.
That responsibility falls to Canadians in the group, I feel. So
I eschew that responsibility proudly.
I'm half proud of Nickelback.
You have enough beards to be Nickelback, by the way. That's something that could happen.
Yeah, I am not afraid of saying that I like Nickelback.
All right.
Well, you said you like half. Is it the nickel or the back?
I'm also a guy that currently owns a I forgot the guy's name. It was going to be very funny. He had Friends in Low Places, that guy.
Garth Brooks.
I have a Garth Brooks CD.
Yeah, so do I. No shame. There's no shame in that.
Yeah. So hi, everybody. I'm Mike J. Darkson Berard. You might remember me from podcasts as like about half of them at this point. I am currently the GM of the Dresden Files one and the player in this one and the other Blades in the Dark one and a forthcoming Apocalypse World one and everything I can do that I like because it's fun. And
Spoilers.
Oh, right. I play Shitfingers. Shitfingers is not good at range and depth perception and watching out for teammates. But to be fair, if they were watching out for Shitfingers, they would still have their eyes. Or seeing is less threatening. It was not his fault. It just kind of exploded. So I'm looking forward to the session because didn't Quill OD on happiness?
Quill did OD on happiness, or OD'd on souls? What exactly does Quill do? What's the vice again?
Okay, so you know that spiritual or some kind of energy that like everybody exudes that the poor people kind of sell so they can survive and the rich people get all of it?
Yes.
I had
Like
a
a
friend.
young man's blood to Peter Thiel, however you say his name.
Yes.
Okay.
So I basically found somebody who is in charge of security for like whatever the equivalent of a water tower is of that, and they let me take off my skin suit and just kind of swim around to gather up some soul energy.
Okay. Yeah. Now, is that your friend, the other demon?
This is actually a different person. I try to keep, those different aspects of my life separate because if one person knows too much, then they can kind of um, bend you over the barrel.
It's true. That's true. I just realized that my physical copy of. I don't know if you can see these page numbers.
Uh-huh. No, well, sort of, but yeah, continue.
69.
169.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, 152.
Wait.
152 to 169.
Ha! You get the drug number and the sex number. Nice.
I'm sorry. Did you say drug?
So yeah, I don't. This conversation just became about a whole different thing then. Okay. I was attempting to look up the downsides for overindulging in your vice, but let's talk about this drug number thing. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Chris is doing the thing where you're ridiculous. So I've turned off their camera.
Okay. Solid.
Yep.
Solid call.
Oh shit, you really did.
Uh-oh. Somebody's got the giggles. I imagine tickling people when they can't stop laughing like that. Just
Chris hugs, not chunks.
Jesus. Okay, so Quill, you overindulged in your vice last time,
I did.
based on the rules, right?
Yes.
So we're gonna call that one tapped. That water tower that you've been using, your contact there is like no more. My
drained
boss
half
is,
of it, you piece of
yeah,
shit.
like they're gonna. My supervisor's gonna show up tomorrow, and he's gonna have my ass over this. You gotta find somewhere else to eat.
I have a terrible suggestion.
Okay.
Maybe it was like a 6-year-old in a kiddie pool. The souls are all tainted.
Roger.
they peed everywhere.
Basically, but whatever the soul version of that is.
Okay.
Do they have to throw the whole thing out because I got demon on the souls?
Oh, that's a really good idea, actually. No. The people of Konkordat are very frugal. I doubt they get thrown out.
They're accepting a little bit of demon in their soul water.
A little bit. I mean, it spices things up. Definitely spices things up.
That's good.
Soul chlorine.
Okay. Cool.
Just throw a couple extra puffs of soul
Regardless.
chlorine into the trunk.
I would like to point out that I've just been writing the things that Quill has done to their logical conclusion for like the last 3 sessions, and that's been
What?
the game.
Yep.
You're welcome? I guess.
Okay. Sorry, let me take this note real quick. And polluted the soul water tower. Okay. Awesome. That will come back later, hopefully. Okay, cool. Well, no, not necessarily cool. Actually, yes, Quill. Happens after the water tower? Where do you go? What does it look like when Quill is well fed? When Vetra's well fed?
I think there's a more sadistic side that comes out. And now also that Quill is unstable, I think is worse.
Okay.
You can
It's-
dig
it's,
up, you know.
It's still contract based, but like it goes from being like I have your house and stuff to like By the end of the week, I think I have a lot of people's like immortal soul and claims to all of their spirit energy for, the foreseeable future, and maybe I've killed a few folks.
And
Oh, that might be a good narrative
Okay.
reason for me to unlock my new special ability, where now I can just make lightning out of my
you
hands.
can just Palpatine at people.
Hey guys,
Okay.
look at this.
Okay.
It's cool, yeah.
Is it lightning or is it something else?
You can push yourself to do one of the following: unleash a stroke of lightning as a weapon, summon a storm in your immediate vicinity, and then I get to like determine what it is, whether it's like snow or heavy wind and rain or fog or whatever.
It's more that like we've reflavored all the other electric stuff so far to just be like generic
Ghost
magic
shit.
energy.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
is it a bolt of lightning? Is it a stream of teeth? Right, like there's got to be some fascinating, horrific. Yeah, see. Is it a small tear that stretches out from, in reality, from your hands to the person, and then it touches them, and teeth sprout from their forehead? Like, come on, man, this is gonna be like body horror central. Not that I'm encouraging you to do more of that, but oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
We lean kind of heavy into that with everything, so why not?
I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to imagine like what magic missile butt teeth looks like.
Okay. So you know how sometimes when people get tumors, they open them up and there's like hair and teeth and stuff inside? I think I'm just gonna like extend my true hand like quicker than you can see, so my hand's just standing still. Like it's one of those anime things where it moves too fast for anybody to actually detect it, and all of a sudden this person has like a rapidly spreading tumor inside that's filling with like, you know,
I think it
teeth
has
and
to be
hair
more
and-
obvious though. Like the lightning bolt would be visible and loud because lightning.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
Super loud. Yeah.
Like you point, and there's like a hole that opens above them, and like a toothed maw goes. Yeah.
It just like takes a chunk out. Yeah, you cast
God.
summon whatever those things that hang from the ceiling in Half-Life 2 are.
It comes out of their own arm or their own body and like attacks them.
We'll figure it out. That was I figured
Yeah.
that would be a good narrative reason now that I'm all super juiced
Yeah.
up.
Used to the yeah. So you went on, and then you went. You got all filled up with souls, and then you went on a rampage, essentially.
Yep. I had to blow off some
Okay.
steam because that jerk, cut me off. Nobody cuts Vetra off. We signed the deal. The
Okay.
deals are sacred.
Okay, so you've met Fanya before, right? The creepy other lawyer lady.
Who, me?
Yeah. Yeah, Vetra's met the
Um,
other lawyer.
Is that the lady who took Tyrus for
Tyrus, yeah.
the elevator ride? Because it's been him both times.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think
Yeah.
it's been him. We may have
Okay.
gotten word, like I may know of their existence, but I don't think
Yeah, I
we've
think
met
I
face to
relayed
face.
some of the legalese details to Quill, but it's been me personally interacting with them both occasions.
And I don't think we've got the name yet either.
No,
Or
No,
the
we don't.
alias.
or that.
Or that, yeah.
What was the
Okay,
name?
so Vetra, you are sort of rounding third in your post soul consumption rampage.
Mhm.
You've been extorting people left and right. You might have killed a dude or two. Things happen on the lower levels that people don't talk about, and you essentially round a corner. I imagine Vetra like whistling to himself and like idly like flipping something around his finger, like being super happy at the very end.
So
of
it's
the
like
thing.
spinning a pen, but it's that razor sharp ink quill thing. So I'm actually spinning
Yeah.
that around, and yeah.
Okay. All right. So you round a corner, and standing in front of you is a fairly severe-looking woman in a nice, sharp suit, and two bodyguards, or two people on either side of her, that are dressed for a fight and look like they could throw down pretty effectively. But they're sort of indistinct somehow. They're weird looking. They're not like they're weird looking people, but like something about them doesn't seem quite right to you.
Quill, you should
Okay.
feed them a tiny
the
scroll
woman-
with your orders on it.
The woman sort of lifts a hand and waves to you while and then goes back to sort of picking the dirt out of her glove on the other hand. You.
My, aren't you a severe-looking woman?
Why, thank you. I don't often get compliments.
There are few to come by in this shithole.
So I am noticing. You have been busy in this shithole. Have you not?
Nowhere to dig but up, they say. Soon it will be a shit palace.
Well, I admire your ambition. However, last night your ambition took you through a number of my clients, some of whom are now my former clients, and there may be repercussions for this.
I would just like to state that in front of these witnesses that I am not admitting any culpability in any accusatory actions that you say that I may have committed. But hypothetically, if I did, what are you talking about?
Of course. There's no. We are all professionals here. No culpability to be admitted. However, a number of those that you accosted last night have
Allegedly.
had contracts with the local Red Hook establishment that will go into initiation upon their deaths becoming public. It may be in your best interest to go of covering your tracks. I'm letting you know this as a bit of professional courtesy. Suddenly I'm Irish. I went from Czech to Irish somehow. I don't know how that happened.
It's impressive.
Yeah, it's bad. Anyway, sorry about what you were saying.
I will speak to my clients and advise them of such.
Excellent. Please do that. We will be talking to you shortly.
I'll see if we have some openings in the schedule. We can fit you in. I am a very busy. And then he looks down at the suit, and I'm like, messes with the pants. I'm a very busy man.
Just had to check.
I can see that. And she starts to walk. She motions for the two gentlemen behind her and starts walking away, sort of the direction she was already facing. She'll walk past you. As she gets past you, she stops, and they stop immediately when she stops, and sort of turns. Says, "Oh yes. While you are, if you should go to see about your troublesome contracts with the Red Hooks, if you should find yourself in the library house, you may find some documentation there that would be very useful to you. I hear that there is a door that you have ahead of you that may be quite challenging, and the Red Hooks may have information that can help you with this."
I have heard rumors of, how do you say, a get out of jail free card. Is this where it is housed?
Sorry, can you say that again? I didn't catch it.
I have heard rumors of a get out of jail free card. Is this where it is housed?
Oh, not as such, but are good at opening doors. And there are some places in Konkordat that you can only get with very specific keys. Here. And she pulls out a pad of, the Konkordat equivalent of a legal pad, which is essentially just like a sheet of very thin metal.
Uh-huh.
and then her finger starts sparking, and she makes a few quick motions on the rolls it up, or it sort of rolls itself up, and she hands it to you. She says, "I think you will find this useful. There are a few extra things listed. Should you acquire them, those I represent might also reward you fairly handily."
I will bring this to my associates, and we will see what we can do. Let it not be said that I am unreasonable.
Oh, clearly not. Those souls you met in the alleyways last night, they surely saw your reason.
Yes.
With that, she'll turn all the way back, heading out the same way. And yeah. Now we'll cut back to, is everybody else at the office
I think so.
and doing other things?
Yeah.
Well, whereabouts would I be at this time, Zach? Am I back yet?
If you want to be, you can be sort of like stumbling back up to the office. Dressed fairly well in a suit that's now probably just ruined, completely destroyed.
It's tatters.
Mm-hmm. Smelling like booze and cigarettes or cigar smoke.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of stumbling and swaying into the office, and I give whoever's present the classic, barely open eyeball nod and chug and nod and chug.
I probably like. Is this a sort of hangover that you've had before, or at least vaguely similar?
If it is, I have purged from memory.
I probably have like 2 cups of coffee ready for you, and one of them is like 50% Irish, and the other one is just straight coffee. And I hand you the Irish one first and the coffee one second, so that you drink them in that order.
Shiffinger slides a cylinder that's vibrating along the bar, like along with Mirko's cups. It's just like.
It's a way different method of
Do I want to know what that is?
The mother
or
of all
why it's
Alka-Seltzers.
vibrating.
I've always wondered what would happen if someone drank it.
Well, that's a let's put a pin in that one.
Okay, but don't wait too long.
Oh, don't worry, I will. Nope. Sorry, go ahead.
So we talked a little bit beforehand here, Tyrus.
Yeah, we did.
Has Tyrus checked his pockets yet?
He has. He has checked his pockets, and after he downs most of the coffee, mentioning aside to Mirko, I don't know who this Irish guy is, but you tell him he does good coffee. And I start fumbling around in the one suit pocket that's not, shredded. He says, in respect of being helpful, I came to with this in my pocket, and it says, there's a good haul for you if you hit the level 17 Red Hook Precinct house and take evidence box CX396. That is a good haul. And I also have a second piece of paper that says that there's another box that is worth taking. But mostly for me, and I don't know why.
We had that other job that I can't remember right now.
Is that from Mean Severe Lady?
That's one of the other jobs.
You did Hat Man.
Yes. Yeah, we did Hat Man. I thought we had another one, possibly.
I think
the only other thing in the cooker right now is Fondata Concordata
Okay.
deal that I know of, or that I remember anyway. And I've been writing them down. So
Yeah. Okay. I thought we had 2 last time and we chose one of them, but I wasn't mentally counting the Magna Carta. But if that was the other one, then
Yeah,
Then
so
that
I
must be
found that
second
in my pocket. Do with that what you will, but yeah, I got nothing better to do.
we can go knock on their door.
Well, see, Tyrus probably wouldn't know. Are the Red Hooks anybody of consequence?
They are firemen turned cops, and we murdered a squad of them last time.
Oh,
And
murdered the
we,
hell out of them.
We, all of us.
by we, I mean specifically Quill and Bird.
yes.
Well, Shitfingers and I got us paid and actually did the gerb.
But Shitfingers would have thrown grenades if it was an option.
They are illegal.
They're not. They're just.
Okay, they don't add any additional heat like guns do. I mean, like
I think they do. It's
No,
just
they
guns
do.
instantly step something up to loud, and it's like, good job. That's who they were all called. They were all Murph,
yeah.
and 2 of them were married to each other.
From somebody, hold on.
What's
Who
up?
did we? We lost that.
He was
Well, he was saying, hold on a sec.
Oh, okay.
I think I was dropping audio from people, so.
Okay.
Yes, they were all named Murph. You guys killed 3 of them.
Yes.
I believe,
knows.
No, one of them survived, and we just knocked him out. I want to say
Oh, that's right.
we did leave
no.
a witness, or did you go back
No.
and murder him?
Like Vetra immediately killed him afterwards.
Okay, yes,
Yep.
right.
It's like,
you got him to surrender,
go-
and then you're like, "Thank you," and then killed him
Yeah.
because
Yep.
we're professionals.
I was like, there were no survivors. I was gonna ask, did any of them have an address so we could go find that poor bird and kitten?
And kill them too. You murderer.
Oh, the bird and yeah. Yeah, they probably would have had some sort of ID on them. Wanted to find their place, she probably could have. Or anybody else, I guess.
They have kids. Are you going to kidnap the kids?
Bird nap. No, but it's,
It's not bird napping if bird takes them. That's different. It's a different word.
no, but one of them is a bird.
I'm more worried about.
One of them is a
dirt
bird.
napping them.
No, it's just, it's cruel to leave them there waiting for someone who will never come home, so we might as well separate them to nice homes.
What did you take for your trauma?
Vicious.
Good. Okay. Just checking. Asking for a friend, really.
Yeah, so Chris, after you left, I leveled up and I picked expertise, which lets me, so if I lead a group action in skirmish, the most stress I can take, no matter how many failures there are, is 1.
That's pretty good, I guess. If you like real strong moves.
Yeah, it's pretty solid if you got somebody who dies off a building and stabs Murphs to death for
Yeah.
no reason.
Yeah.
None of us have done that though. So
Well, the team action thing is kind of what limits it, because you'd have to convince at least one other person, probably 2, for it to actually be a worthwhile talent to take. So
Yeah, because we're
Tyrus and
completely
Quill.
out of jump stabbers at this point. So,
let's
at this
go beat up
point,
some
Quill
rednecks.
walks in.
Who
Yeah,
walks in?
piece of paper.
Oh, okay.
Quill.
Oh, okay.
hello.
We have job. Good news. Said backwards.
Oh, did you did I tell you all I could do a cool thing with I have cool powers now?
I immediately take cover.
And
What
did
do you
not
mean
before?
now?
Because before you had face of skin of teeth.
And
Yeah.
put demon and bartender.
From from a basic definition standpoint, I believe that we all have face of skin and teeth.
No, you'll have more teeth than most.
What can I say? It is a gift.
I a gift or is taken is not important. I'm just going to move on.
Mirko is slowly backing out of the room.
If we have a situation where things look like they're about to go south, we should have an established code word so that I can show you the cool new thing I can do.
How about teddy bear?
I suppose that will work. Usually, you want to do something you will not say often.
Oh, is racist Ted still here?
Oh yes.
Ted was sitting on the stoop when you came in, and he was like
Yeah.
in the middle of yelling at somebody, something terrible. And then
Okay,
he saw
on
you
the way
walk
up, I punched him in the face.
Good. And probably took a couple of teeth, and you're like, maybe this will keep Vetra away from me.
I am
Like,
going
bribe her
to
with
have.
these.
I am going to have a talk with Ted, and having a witness for also to sign the paperwork for human resource reasons would be very good.
Is that inquiring of human resources?
I'm going to threaten his life once more and give him one last chance to change his racist ways before I remove all of the bones from his body and then kill him.
Maybe you could just animate his corpse to clean our hallways.
Yes, I can command his ghost to do menial tasks for the rest of eternity. That is easy. But I'd like to put a little fear into people.
Could you make
Fill
his
them with
ghost do that
uncertainty.
while it was still in his body? Because that would be pretty funny.
I don't believe so. It's very much
So about job.
loopholes. Yes.
Yes.
job. Yeah. Yeah. So the Red Hook, chapter house that is being talked about, is on level 17. They count up from the ground. So, Pipe Town is like level 0 through 3 or something like that, right?
Mhm.
And then so the Red Hook chapter house is a ways above that. It's probably fairly large, and it's probably crawling with red hooks.
We should go to City 17, you guys.
Also, you guys sort of sent some ghosts back to burn down the fire department last time.
Yes,
You
all of
say
us as
you
a
as a
team.
Funny
plural.
prank.
It was Mama Murph. It was like one of the Murph ancestors.
Yep.
You sang
it
on her
was-
tag.
Yep. It was definitely a Murph. But like half the red hooks are Murphs, so it doesn't
Doesn't really narrow
that
the
mean-
field.
really mean anything.
Did you commit the mass murder?
Boo.
I regret nothing.
First degree burns
Sometimes-
and first degree murphers.
So yeah, I mean, you can get there. It's sort of out of the range that you typically. It's not anywhere near your turf. You have to go up a ways to get to it, because they don't come down to this part of town unless somebody pays them fairly well. It's probably if you just belly up and start punching people, stuff could get real bad real fast.
Oh,
Is your
Mirko,
impression.
this is a job for you then.
I was gonna say, does anyone have a coin I can have? Or there might be one in the gang, actually. And
Yeah,
then-
check. There might be one in the hopper.
Yeah, I believe there is. If not,
There's
I
three in
can
the
spot
gang.
you
Our
some
gang is
coin.
rich, relative to me.
Aren't you guys saving up for some territory though?
Yeah.
I mean, the vault can hold 4. I think what we're
That
saving up
Sounds
for
like
is
a
to
problem
tier
for
up.
future us.
Yeah, tearing up. That's the thing.
And I forget how much that costs. I should dig into that at some point.
I think it was
At some
something
point.
like 8.
But yeah, I'll spend 1 and see if I can't scope out the place and maybe I don't know. Actually, I have a better idea.
Oh.
Because I mean, this is just the engagement rule, right?
Yeah,
Someone is getting engaged.
just the engagement roll.
Well,
Well, I mean, we need this is a pre-engagement roll, right? This is the engagement roll. You guys need to declare something for me.
right.
I declare a thumb war.
I declare bankruptcy.
So
Moral
what has
bankruptcy?
been working very well for the group is when Shitfinger is throwing explosive devices into places in order to start things off.
Yes, nothing
Yeah,
of
I-
value was blinded.
I think maybe this one is best if Bird or Mirko takes the lead on this one.
Are you sure? Because I think they did that last time, and we murdered firemen.
Well, yeah. So I mean, if we're going to like try not to murder firemen, we go to their base and we go in loud and angry.
Well, I have not murdered firemen yet.
Exactly. Also, we know
Give it time.
Bird and Quill are very good at murdering firemen. Named Murph. We haven't expanded the data set beyond people named Murph yet.
Literally everyone in this place is going to be named Murph. It's going to be amazing.
They just got different amount of U's. So there's like there's Murph and then Murph.
Oh, there's
Murph.
PH's, there's
Yeah.
PH's and F's and yeah,
I like
all
it.
sorts of things. By the way, Quill, did you get my message on Discord?
I just saw that. Sorry, I heard boops and I was like, "Who the hell's doing this?"
Secret messages all over the place.
I did not get the secret message.
No, well, Shitfingers isn't nearly as conspiratorial as some of these other people, so
That is true. As more
Build-
of
give me an opportunity, and I will totally mess with
Bite
you.
your tongue.
a more of a shake can point away from face sort of guy.
That's the thing, right? Like to get some of these people to mess with the party, I have to like go behind the scenes. But to get Shitfingers to mess with the party, I just got to give you a closed door,
I imagine
and everything goes wrong.
Shitfinger's tombstone will read "Front towards enemy."
That's pretty good.
Mistakes were made.
No, just mistakes were made, but like a full third of it is just exploded and gone. So the sign is fairly illegible. I mean, do we have a compelling reason not to rock up on this place and go full assault?
Aren't they many more than us, and also better equipped than us?
We have lady guy. We have lawyer filled with teeth.
Oh, speaking of missions and going places and doing things, I have an idea. If you all would be willing to humor me.
But we are already at Fireman House.
I get to keep my humors, yes?
Yes. So, if we're already here, perhaps having some people acquire, they have to have closets or barracks or something like that. If we can send someone in to acquire disguises, it would be easier for us all to sneak around unhindered, so that when we do begin to cut throats, we can do it to the important ones first.
Shitfingers looks at his grenades as if trying to figure out how to cut someone's throat with it.
A very severe looking lady handed me this piece of this piece of writing, and it has some general bits of advice. So if you are confused by my sudden change of tactics, just let's just say I am trusting the work of a contractor on this particular instance.
Would you be willing to share with the rest of the company? I imagine we're like 6 feet from the door and discussing openly about how to raid this place.
The paper, or what is it that you're looking for?
The paper.
There's a Murph standing outside with like a smoke right now, just like
Yeah.
4 feet from you, dead to the world.
Oh yeah, 1,000 yards.
Still
all the
processing.
way.
He's still processing all those dead Murphs, man. It's just too much.
We are all co-workers, and I have nothing to hide from you, so here you go. And I'm just going to hand over the paper. Basically, it's got those tips, and also says, hey, if you're hitting up anywhere that's got safe boxes, look for these.
Okay.
000, 012, and 013.
So I mean,
There's so many numbers.
do we want to spend a coin, send Bird in for a downtime action to acquire disguises? Assault seems to be our forte.
It does, and I mean, that's kind of our gang is, Bravo.
Yeah.
Also, I did just get that ability for skirmishing.
As a group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, also our two, our two reputations. One of them is Demon Killer, which isn't usually given to people who do shit sneaky.
Right. It seems kind of anathema to us.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
from accounting, quo from accounting, it seems like not the sort of thing we would do.
Yeah. That's fair.
I could probably sneak in, though.
Sneak bombs? Sneak
I'm
bombs?
being completely serious. I am known for my deft fingers and quiet feet.
I imagine Shitfinger's method of sneaking is to just like carpet bomb the place in the loudest flashbangs he has, so that everyone is temporarily deafened, and then he can just travel with relative impunity.
I think I just throw the bomb in the other direction and then
Yeah.
like sneak around.
I was thinking, like, smoke grenade. Nobody can see him, so.
I mean, so talk me through this building, because like, is going through a wall here viable? Because that's also something that we've had some success with.
Theoretically, yes. It's just like the rest of Konkordat. Stuff is built on top of other stuff on top of other stuff, and it's just sort of when they first moved in, the Red Hooks were not nearly as big a deal as they are now, and so it's sort of sandwiched between like what passes for a bakery and I don't know, some sort of like park on the other side. No, there aren't parks in Concord. We're talking a water pumping station, more pumping, and then above and below there are more levels with stuff. Obviously, as you go higher, security gets better. Lower, security is not as good. You would sort of need to figure out the layout of this place, and non-Red Hooks don't get to go super far in unless they're like being booked.
Okay.
So it's good size, but it's
booked.
Well, I was gonna say, so like that storm that you can conjure, Quill.
Mm-hmm.
What were the options again? And is one of them Firestorm?
I believe that is up to the GM's discretion, but listed on here, it says summon a storm in your immediate vicinity, and then it's got like examples: rain, roaring wind, heavy fog, frost, snow, etc. And
Heavy fog could be fun.
I think fire does fall under etc.
Channeling that lawyer.
Yes. Okay,
If
so
not, heavy fog would be, I think, acceptable.
we can do
maybe it's
fire, but
snow.
it'll probably cost you somehow. Like, of those options, fire seems like it's probably like the hardest to channel and control. So
I don't think
It's
control's
probably-
ever been our problem.
Maybe I can help with the fire?
Oh god.
That's
I don't think that's a sound Vetra gets to make about anybody else.
yeah.
At this point,
That's not,
in the
no, that's the
campaign.
sound that I, as a player, am making. So really, all I gotta do is throw some flares in there, and I'll kick up this crazy wind, and we'll just feed those flames.
Yes, I'm sure that starting a fire at the headquarters of the firefighters
They'd never see it
is
coming.
going to. Yep. When you guys like walk up, you do see that there's like minor, fairly fresh scorch marks on the front of the building, and like there's been some fairly minor repair work done recently. There was a fire here not too long ago. It was accomplished much, however.
I'm gonna say maybe the fog is the way to go then, because they can't fight fog. They're not fog fighters
We will do it the quiets, I guess.
for now. Wait for them to come out and be like, "Hey Murph," and the other one's like, "Yeah, Murph," and he's like, "Come check out this crazy fog," and then they all walk outside, and then we just go whoop, and then we're in.
Well, I mean, it's not like they're foghounds.
Exactly. If there's
Or
one
even
thing I know
frog
about
dogs.
Murphs, it's those motherfuckers love fog.
Okay.
Shit. Can I spend a coin and do that right now?
What's up?
Oh, I forgot about my goggles. I had to do something to fix them.
Why would you have spent time racing? Because you should have been at 0 stress from your trauma.
No, you're right. It wasn't racing. It was training, and then I was doing something else.
Okay.
No, I don't remember what the second action
Oh,
was.
I think I need to put a coin into finishing my mask.
You
Shit.
do. I thought they had forgotten.
I only had like 1 pip left to go, I believe, so...
Yeah, it's this clock right here.
Hold on. Yep.
What's
So,
the
I mean...
mask going to be made out of?
Still teeth.
Teeth, but also like random other bones that are pointy and what Vetra thinks are cool looking.
And some wasps.
Yeah.
A wasp is the best approximation that your world has for these, sure.
Vetra was never quite the stablest girl.
That's true.
Their teeth are sharp and they're pointed.
I'm giggling. It's okay.
I can't hear
Oop.
Zach.
But there's my roll for doing the thing for a tune. So that'd be 2
Okay.
pips.
2 of the one you need.
Yep. So
Cool.
I will lose a
Vetra's
coin.
mask is complete.
Yes. Good.
All right, Burb.
Can I spend a coin to fix my goggles?
Sure.
Is it spend a coin or is it start a clock?
For the purpose of this, we'll say it's spend a coin if she wants them that bad right now. No, I'm not going to bother with the clock in this very moment. In the future, should you find yourself in the blast radius of shitfinger shenanigans, it will probably cost you a clock.
It was the one time my character
Don't worry.
didn't
I
sabotage
promise
my
it will
fight.
happen again.
Oh, boy.
So what is the plan of action here?
I guess I'm sneaking in after they create a fog storm.
I'm also sneaking in because that's helpful.
Okay. Okay then. So it sounds like
Are we really doing this sneaky?
I just kind of meant for like a first attack or whatever.
I
I could lead a group action if we just want to charge in after the fog. Like, we could style it as me using my dark goggles and directing everyone else, like, targets to hit.
What the fuck was that? Sorry, something made a weird noise.
Probably the cat.
I was gonna say it's probably Cora.
I actually really
yes.
like that plan.
Pixie outside. Don't throw up.
try to disguise. You can send in. You can send Bird in first. Try to get some disguises. You could theoretically go try to acquire some disguises somewhere else. I hear that dropping by Red Hooks
Outside.
is real popular these days. You can try blowing your way in from the outside. You can try just marching up to the front of the building and fighting your way in. But there's probably like when I say there's a lot of when I say there's a fair number of Red Hooks, I'm talking like 20 or 30 probably inside here.
Well, so I think our plan at this stage, and other people feel free to jump in and correct me because I'm probably wrong, is fog, and then using the cover of fog, we sneak in and like stab a bunch and create some chaos. From there, we find like the stuff that we want to steal, and then from there we explode our way out and flee.
Mm-hmm.
If
Find
we could
nearest
explode our way
exit or
into like
make
that
exit.
canal system and get
That'd be
Quill a
pretty
boat. Yeah. See? I know how to play players.
You hit me a boat.
Yes, I know. That's why I said those words in that order.
That is certainly an option. What sort of op is that? Just an assault op with a different flavor?
I think it's
Is that what
assault,
we're
but
looking
like we're We're attempting
Point of
to
attack
use
is
narrative
still the
positioning.
front door.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Well, the front of this thing looks like an old firehouse, although they don't have vehicles really, so it's got like. Well, I mean, there's nowhere for them to drive them. It would be really dumb. The
Fair.
they've got sort of big double
When there's
doors.
alarm, they just come running out the front going,
I-
And running out the front door, making noises with their mouths.
They really need to have the fire truck from the Benzene music video by Rammstein. It's like 80 feet tall and crushes other cars on its way to a burning building. This is definitely something that should be required reading for this adventure right now.
Okay. Alright, so this thing it's on level 17, but levels aren't just like floors. Each level's probably 4 or 5 floors tall for the most part. And this building fills up most of it.
Oh.
It's got the front. If you're standing in front of the building, you can see a big set of doors, like a balcony up higher, with some windows.
Mhm.
Like I said, there's that dude out front that's like smoking and staring into the middle distance. Red hooks are sort of coming in and out. There aren't really guards posted, from what you can tell, because they probably don't feel like they need them. And it might have been Murph's day to guard, so.
Firehouse.
Well, it's probably Murph's day to guard, yeah.
So, yeah, that's the situation. If you're going to try to fog your way in, that's what you're looking at. You are probably going to throw up the fog and then run into a... Oh, good, there's the benzene video that was mentioned previously. Yeah, you, without going in the front door somehow or finding another way to scout it out, that the front area of the building is where a lot of people are standing, but you don't know that for sure.
I mean, like, we can attack, like, a side door.
Yeah.
We are flexible.
Or you can blow your way in through the top. It works.
I'm up for whatever.
What does Tyrus feel like?
I don't know. Too many options. Who to punch?
Why
That's-
don't? Yeah, we need a plan before we can do an engagement roll. Otherwise, I'd say you guys just give me an engagement roll, and I'll tell you where you start. That doesn't really work, does it?
No, it doesn't.
No,
Does somebody want to become a Murph? Sneak in, get it like a disguise, knock off this guy who's smoking. It's like, hey, I am other Murph.
I think it's hilarious that of the idea of Bird and Shitfingers sneaking into the compound.
No, that sounds like just like the best like Abbott and Costello spy movie bullshit I've ever heard.
I was gonna say, if we really wanted to talk to the Murph outside, I could try consorting with him about the two Murphs in the photograph I ripped, and talk about
Dude, you totally could.
the kitten and the
Vicious,
bird.
that's a terrible idea.
And the kitten and the bird, I had to go rehome or something, or at least pick up because they weren't going home.
Excellent.
Sounds like a great plan. A great plan.
I mean, yeah, is there a... Actually, I already know which bar is the Red Hook friendly bar.
Right.
If we want to do the sneaky thing, I can get 2 Red Hooks drunk, steal their clothes, pass them off to you in the alley, and you go sneak in.
Yeah.
And then we have Tyrus and Quill stashed nearby for when things invariably go loud.
Yes. I am of limited use being the sneaky.
How's that sound?
Go.
Yeah. So deception.
Yes.
Wow, we're gonna. Ooh, it's a whole new world out here.
Yeah, it's a brave new world.
It's a brave new world. Okay. So who's leading off here?
I think I'm getting people drunk, and I have a fine bottle of whiskey and a vial of slumber essence.
Head to that Red Hook bar, right?
Mhm.
That Red Hook bar was like is it was the same place that they went drinking before their rounds,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, there's a wake going on in there right now. Like just good old like Boston fireman wake, and there's singing and there's dancing and there's like a bunch of really drunk people. Like the bar is literally packed to the gills.
I find a bird-sized red hook and a shitfinger-sized red hook sitting together at a table. Sit down next to them and offer to buy each of them a drink that I then spike with that slumber essence.
All right. I don't even give me a roll of some sort here.
Some flavor consort.
That could be fine. You're spiking it with sleep essence.
Yep.
It's not necessarily a risky thing to be doing. Well, not the poison itself is super risky. Yeah, give me a consort with the. Give me a risky consort with the outcome being, what, these two fall asleep?
I think so. I'm gonna push myself, and do I get?
What's your plan from there? Because we probably ought to talk it out ahead of time.
It's get the two of them into the back alley, where Bird and Shitfingers are waiting.
Okay.
And then they swap clothes, basically.
Okay, and you're going in by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, give me the roll.
Okay. I'll push myself.
For successful.
Do I get bonus effect for the drugs?
Yes. The in toto, the drugs are what's getting you the effect in the first place, right? You're not just like walking in and talking them to sleep. You are
fair. Okay.
Walking in and putting them to sleep with the drugs. Is that this might actually work? Indeed.
Fuck. Good thing I pushed myself.
That could have been real bad.
But we get
okay. Yeah, so you go in and they're already like 2.5 sheets to the wind by the time you get in there. You buy them a drink, which is fairly cheap because this is a dive fireman bar. And everybody's drinking, so they're just kind of like taps are on. You lace their drinks. You get them singing some sort of like fireman shanty.
Oh yeah.
And how do you describe to me like the process by which you get them outside?
Probably like call over someone nearby, and I'm like, "Hey, help me get Murph out to the back alley. I think they're gonna spew." And like I take one Murph, and they help me take the other Murph, and we get them to the back alley. And I'm thinking it's not part of the plan, but this is how the 4 goes wrong.
Okay.
And also, I mean, this is totally up to Bird, but I think Bird just like club and or kills the person who comes out with the other Murph.
Shit.
Because Bird is vicious.
Okay. I like that, and that would definitely be worth some XP for Bird if Bird goes that way.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I like a different option for our 4. Bird, do you in fact brutalize the helper that comes out?
Yeah, I'm probably like leaned up against the wall near the door, and I'm just waiting until like Mirko comes out and like the door shuts. And then I stab the other guy like in the neck with my knife.
I'm imagining like full on Dishonored, like not the stealth kill in Dishonored, but the like you go like to the fucking hilt through the guy's chest and it like comes out his shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, I was even thinking like I probably like jumped on this guy from behind and I'm like stabbing him just so he can't like.
Oh, okay, so you're Ezio.
Die.
Okay.
Kill.
So happened. There's a dead red hook in the alley. We'll deal with that in a second. So the two that you lured back here for the uniforms, like they are pretty messed up as far as like intoxication. And the bird, the shitfingers shaped one, pukes on himself.
It's okay. I do that sometimes too.
because Bird's a terrible person, the bird-shaped one passes out and may poop himself just a little bit.
Without hesitation, Mirko's like, well, get changed, and like, then realizes that Bird has just killed someone. And it's
Yeah, like in the 4 seconds while your back is turned, you're like laying them down
Yeah.
comfortably, and then there's just a dead guy.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
Now there's one for Quill.
would be.
A hole in his chest and bloodstains. Yes.
Yeah. So I'd probably just start like picking the person up and loading them into a dumpster.
I'm not wearing that.
The dumpster?
Be another wake tomorrow.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean,
Is this-
from accounting is about to hit a target. Yes, there is going to be another wake tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes, you now have a dead body in a dumpster and 2 slightly soiled suits that have come off of 2 unconscious Red Hooks that are now laid out in the alley. Is that where we're going with them?
Yeah.
Compromising position as we leave them,
yeah,
or is it
definitely.
Yeah.
like okay?
And like I make
Solid.
sure like that both of them get in that one Murph's puke.
Ugh.
And then laying on top of each other.
Well, yeah, like they're in a compromising position. I kind of
Yep.
hope we've just played matchmaker very inadvertently.
Aren't they all related moves?
Not all Murphs are related. That
Yeah,
is really
Jesus.
offensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you think you know someone, right?
Borderline racist.
Oh, he's a
Jesus.
firefighter. You must know him, huh?
I mean,
That's fucked up, Jordan.
To clear it up, one of them is spelled with a PH and one of them is spelled with an F, so it's like totally kosher.
You know which one's spelled with an F, if you know what I mean.
Clearly the one that vomited all over himself.
Alright, so, are Shitfingers and Bird dressed?
Yeah, I would like to also, I don't know, look for some more personal effects to, like, I don't know, use to talk to the guy at the entrance.
Gold chain that just says Murph.
Make sure you have enough pieces of flair to get in.
Like,
Yeah, no, it's the Flava Flav version of a Murph chain.
God.
yeah, there's various jangly effects that come off this person. Their wallet's in there. It's got ID.
Is there like a Red Hook ID card, or do they just all know each other? And like
There's
trust
a Red
that
Hook
each
ID
other-
card, but they all kind of know each other.
Yeah.
It just says Murph on it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's just
No, if they-
text.
If they don't know each other, then they know the type,
Yeah.
right? Like they can sort of recognize other Red Hooks.
Oh, hey,
somewhat
you're
readily.
new Murph.
Exactly.
Your new Murph and accident Murph because
I'm a Murph twice removed. After
It happens.
removing twice of them.
uh-huh.
Um,
Uh-huh.
so,
Uh-huh.
And then I'm gonna go back inside and see if I can't just spike more drinks, I guess.
Okay.
It's probably not a bad idea for Mirko to just get as many of them super wasted as possible.
Mhm.
Hey, wait, if so
will-
many of them are here, who's at the firehouse, like, HQ?
I imagine there's a small Murph army. There's a 7
I
military
mean, the
army.
Firehouse HQ is probably a little bit less packed than it usually is.
Okay.
But don't worry, the Murphs are known somewhat for drinking on the job, so they are throwing their own wake over at the firehouse.
I thought you were gonna say the Murphs were prolific.
The Murphs are pretty prolific, but let's throw as many racist Irish stereotypes as we can into this one conversation. I love my people. Okay, so you are. Okay. Are you guys just walking in the front door, or are you gonna try to talk to the dude that's out front, not attending the wake? What's the plan?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna talk to the dude out front if nobody is opposed to it.
Can we not just walk in like we own the place?
Yeah, okay. Ooh, do we want to hunt? So the rest of you don't have disguises, though.
Nope.
Are we pretending to book you guys, or?
That could work.
Sure.
It would certainly explain where the vomit and feces came from.
Mm-hmm.
Marco's a drunk.
I like it.
Like, just smell him. He smells of whiskey.
Well, no, I'm at the bar making sure the rest of them don't do anything, and also because I am vastly incompetent at sneaking, murder.
Marco is also at what is otherwise known as the minimum safe distance from shit fingers.
Well, yeah.
Currently, I'm the one that smells of hard alcohol. So if you're going to be
Okay.
bringing in anyone,
True.
it's probably me.
Okay, cool.
Tyrus is convincingly wasted looking. Yes.
What about Quill?
I don't know. Can Quill look convincing? Is Quill this dude's lawyer? Is that what happened?
Oh.
Yes.
Quill ambulance chases his way in the door.
This is fantastic.
And Tyrus, because you're a cutter, you do have the free manacle and chain
Oh my gosh.
That's
on your
right.
item list.
I do. Don't have to take up a load.
Cool. Would Tyrus let Bird put it on? Like,
I would
like,
assume-
like lead him, or I don't know. I don't know if we're like both like taking an arm each, or if someone's walking with Quill or what.
I would assume that it would just be simple enough to make it appear to be locked on me before we even get into place.
Okay.
So
So,
I think that's
Yeah,
our
I think-
engagement role.
I hope so. We
Oh,
spent some time on it.
somebody define what is happening for me here because
I think so.
Okay.
it doesn't sound like an assault.
No, this sounds
No,
like
it's not.
deception.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
has changed.
And the method
Okay.
of the deception is we're smuggling in fake prisoners.
Okay.
Because that
And
works
fake
so
red
well.
hooks.
The real prisoners are them because they're locked in here with us.
The real prisoners are the friends we made along the way.
God.
Just say the real friends of the prisoners.
we took
we
along
came
the way. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let me.
Quill
Hopefully the
probably
engagement will
translates prisoner and friend identically.
Well, they're both just the word for client in Demon.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this is fairly daring, as the plan goes.
Yeah.
It's just Tuesday, really.
You've done your homework with the uniforms.
Yep.
So that's 3. I would say, I don't know. The Murphs do know they don't know every other Murph, but they know sort of like how a Murph walks and how a Murph like acts. How confident are you guys in your ability to successfully project your Murphness?
I'm definitely willing to have spent like a couple stress on a flashback where I basically like train them on like walking and
Murphisms.
talking like Murphisms basically.
Alright. I'll buy it. Okay. Yeah, give me the roll. So that sounds like 3 dice, right?
Yeah, unless we lose any for anything.
And I think we just mitigated the
The
one thing
loss.
that I was going to for.
Gotcha. Okay. One of
Somebody
you
give me
guys
the
roll.
engagement here.
Not it.
I will not be to blame.
I will do it. Totally like that.
It's a good thing I'm at a minimum safe distance.
Bird kills someone.
Safe
Yeah.
distance. Okay.
Just like
Funny.
somebody says, "Excuse me, Murph. I did not see you wearing the requisite Murph flails," and Bird just like shivs him in the neck with a gold chain.
Okay. I imagine that's like okay. So you guys walk in. Give me this. So inside this place, there's like a booking. This looks like the like front foyer area of every like television police office or police department you've ever seen, right?
Tastefully
There's
open
this,
concept.
yeah, open floor plan, sort of chairs around, booking desk with like a clear path past it for the people being taken back. Beyond it, you can see like desks that the detectives. Um, as the
I have another idea.
okay.
One of Shitfinger's bombs falls out of his pocket and explodes.
Better idea than that. Hold on one second.
This
Hold
is
on
not my fault.
Because let me remind you guys that there have been we've been stacking up the consequences that I have not been throwing at you.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
So let's go ahead and get one of those out of the way right now.
Oh, good.
You walk up and there's like this bored desk sergeant on duty. Looks like you can see sort of like a red rings. And her eyes are a little bit red, and sort of there's some bags on her, like she's been partaking in the wake activities too. But she's sitting she's sitting at the desk, taking her job very seriously, and she sees you walk up with this dude, and she murphs at you essentially, right? Like
She murphs off.
throws some like murph syntax, like what you got here? What's this guy? Anybody?
I think this pause is what happens.
During this pause, Vetra, how close are you standing to the group? Are you like yelling at them over their shoulders? Are you like?
Yeah, I think I'm coming up from behind. I'm like, this is bullshit. My client is innocent. You have no evidence that they've done anything wrong. I will have all of your badges or whatever's shitty pieces of identification you bastards here have.
Okay. So as you're yelling this, you see between you and your compatriots playing their part in this little drama, ghost apparates between you, and it is Murph from the other night. I flips you off with both hands, reaches for Shitfinger's belt, and pulls the pin on a grenade.
Hey, no. We don't do that inside. Hey, no.
Okay, so that's happening right now. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna.
I'm confused. They pulled the pin on what?
On one of your explosives. One of your explosives on your belt is now set to detonate.
Well, I carefully handed it to the police officer, or the Murph at the front desk.
No, I think the ghost picked it up.
I say, "Excuse me, to be holding this, please," as if it was like the totally normal thing.
Do you take cover, or do you just hand it over and just sort of watch?
I'm not sure which one was pulled, so I'm a little bit curious.
It's a surprise for everyone.
Okay, so the rest of you see Shitfingers do the desk sergeant sort of you reach out your hand and she looks at you suspiciously, and then she reaches out what is this, and takes the thing and then looks at it. In that moment, what are the rest of you doing?
Diving for cover, faster because of last time. I was blinded and I don't want to risk it.
If you dive for cover, they will know something is wrong. You just play cools, yes.
Okay, I'm tying my shoe.
Okay.
Behind cover.
I'm leaning over to vomit, and I'm not pretending.
Okay.
I think what I'm doing is starting to plant the seeds of I hear there's people over at HQ dressed up like Murph trying to rob the place. And I'm gonna see if I can whip up, I think that's my half of the heist, is whip up a mob of Murphs to go fuck up people dressed like Murph back at HQ.
Okay.
Quick, somebody go get racist Ted. He'll love this.
Alright, so I feel like that is some sort of sway roll or something, right?
I'm gonna see if I can lawyer to consort, but we can handle that after Quill is a thing.
Okay. Quill, what is your reaction to this whole thing happening? Because you're the only one of the group that actually saw the ghost.
I'm going to use my grown-up voice, my grown-up command ghost's voice, and tell him to put the pin back. Actually, you know what? I'm unstable.
Shitfingers did manage to hand the grenade to the desk sergeant.
Oh, good.
So they've just
happened.
looked at it. So it's what do you do before this, like in the instant before this explodes? And so far, everyone else has taken cover.
Huh. That seems kind of lame.
Well, like Tyrus isn't necessarily taking cover; he's just like bending over, hopefully under the blast radius.
I'm going to command this ghost to materialize and stand in front of me, so it'll have to suffer the consequences of its own stupid actions.
Okay. All right. That sounds like a roll.
A tune, I suppose?
Sure, that has never once gone wrong for us. Let's go with tune.
Risky, control, desperate.
A grenade is about to go off. This is desperate.
Yeah, no,
about
this
to
is
go
desperate
off,
on
and
like
you're being like, "Hey, ghost, come here."
a number of levels. I'm also gonna say that it's probably reduced effect using a ghost for cover from a grenade.
I don't see why.
So,
Oh, whoa! They added a bunch more effect levels.
Yep. Yeah, that goes up to extreme and down to none.
Yep. So limited.
yeah, limited sounds accurate.
Great. Go. Oh wait, bonus die. None.
You're not
Go.
gonna push yourself?
Fuck.
God.
Nope. This is perfect.
That was
how I die.
desperate, not risky. This is gonna
Okay. We are gonna come back to that one.
Let's put a pin in it.
Put a pin in that. Put a pin in that. I'm gonna let's go. Let's just reach the bar because they are absolutely going to react when happens momentarily.
I think I probably wait like 10 minutes for the other heist to actually like get started before I start riling up this mob. But I wanted to say that I had that idea before I forgot it.
Okay, so we're gonna wait for that. Okay, I'm fine with that too.
Well, I mean, we can just have we can see how it goes, and then and then we can have them arrive later.
No, that's deal.
But
Yep.
I think because I've got some pieces of evidence that I would like to offer, namely the very dead Murph in a dumpster, and the two naked Murphs posed in a compromising position.
Flagrante delicto in the alley. Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Objection is
All right.
circumstantial.
and I just want to be like, I think there's something going down, and like there's probably a heist.
All right. So. Yeah.
And I really hope this isn't Sway. If
I'm
I go with
struggling.
them, can it be Consort instead? Because I'm like, yes, let's all go do this.
Then it can be Consort instead. But if you do not nail this roll, there's going to be awkward
Oh, yeah.
questions about how you knew about this body.
Yes. I would expect no less. I am going
Call
to...
it risky.
Okay.
Yep. Standard effect size is you corral the mob in the general direction you want.
Okay. I have a stupid question.
Yes.
What is the elite police force in town?
Police force in this town
Or like
is
someone who would be trusted to have reliable information of this knowledge, but like higher up than the Red Hooks.
there is
One of my items is a fine cover identity.
He's gonna throw that out there.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
boom, flash the badge.
Okay. Let me look up my sheet because I did not anticipate the need for this.
Good. I'm glad I can help make your life interesting.
Doing fun things.
God damn Chris just said that green hooks have a higher security clearance.
Yes, they probably do. It's not the gutter eels. I mean, how high are you aiming?
Basically, just like someone who might be trusted.
But you're not aiming for like personal enforcers of the Titans.
No. Just
Okay.
someone who might be trusted to be like, hey, you're also law enforcement.
Yeah, so you could be like away from here, but you could be. There are district guards,
Okay.
and private security sort of fills a lot of these roles. So something along those lines, just claim to be the retainer of such and such lord that oversees this area.
I'm private security for Lord Bentcombe. That's
perfect.
And so yeah, I've got like basically the FBI badge, except instead of the badge, it's like his symbol. And it's like Mirko Krisha, like empowered under the law, like section blah blah blah, subsection yada yada, subsection like 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, basically I'm gonna see if I can't rile up this mob.
Bring it.
God. I'm gonna push myself because I want extra dice. You said this is risky?
This is risky.
Okay.
This is risky. It's not quite desperate. It's risky.
Okay. Does the ID get me up to great effect? It is fine.
Yes, the ID with the ID, great effect is you are completely deniable in this action. No one is going to come looking for you.
That's a 6.
Nice. Okay. So describe to me the way you walk them through the crime scene in order to get them to turn on.
So like I'm probably acting drunk, and I have like booze on my breath. And I come stumbling in from the back alley. I've got some blood on me, like just on my hand or something. And I just like, Murph! And like, I'm assuming the entire bar's head swivel at once. And I'm like, Murph's been stabbed, and there's Murph passed out in the alley, and Murph is on top of him, and I think something's going down at HQ. To the Murph mobile.
And so you walk in, and you make this statement, and then like you can almost hear a record scratch in the room.
Well, I probably reach over and scratch a record just because it's
dramatically
like the sound happens, and then the camera just like swivels over slightly, and you see my arm having just scratched a record.
How could you? That was Murph and Murph's like first dance song.
Murph is dead. We're gonna have to do another wake.
So you do the you get the record scratch, and like there's people like dancing on the Konkordat equivalent of pool tables, and like standing in the corner crying. Like, everybody's in various stages of mourning here, and they all look at you, and you make your case, and they demand to be shown the evidence.
Yep, I hold the door open to the back alley. I try not to get too much like blood or my fingerprints or whatever on things. But that's more like acting the part of a lawman than anything else. Like I'm very careful with
absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And they get out there, they look, and they like and somebody like the biggest Murph, I guess. Since we're clearly operating on goblin rules with these people for some reason. Shouts.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Then they all sort of.
That was fucking horrifying. All I heard was bonk, and you disconnected.
just gonna let that stand.
No, please don't.
That's the noise that the largest Murph makes.
That is the Murph called arms, and they all turn shuffle, stomp, stumble towards the front door of the chapter house, which is across the street from the bar.
Yeah.
Into the and all that has happened all that will happen in the future. Is that what we determined?
Yeah.
Okay. So back inside, we have this nice note I put for myself up here at the top of the screen that Vetra fucked up again.
The sad thing is, I don't even know which session that note is from.
All of them, Vetra. All of them.
It's just we're just gonna leave that up here forever. So Vetra fucked up again. Shit fingers, give me a fortune die roll. Just roll me a d6. Higher is more fun. Oh,
For who?
okay.
For us.
Well, that's the question, right? This out? Like, you're just gonna stand in the blast radius while this happens?
It does. It's cool.
A ghost
Well,
is
I mean,
totally
I-
going to materialize and save you.
I don't know if this was flashbang or incendiary or fragment
You say
or
this like
smoke.
hunched over, like behind a table that you flipped over, and I'm just standing there looking down at you.
No, he's
No.
I just
No,
tiled my
he
I
suit.
handed
the Death Sergeant.
Yeah. I handed the vibrating cylinder to the desk sergeant, asked them to hold this, and then looked expectantly. Is
No,
equally likely to kill us all and explode with some sort of paper snake.
I know people who would be very willing to pay decent money for a vibrating cylinder.
Damn it.
I was waiting
Okay,
for that
so-
to finally occur to somebody else, and I didn't want to be the
Uh-huh.
guy.
This is wide bore. I call it the 12 gauge.
I've just been avoiding that.
This one
It's
is
so-
named
Put it
Hitachi.
on desk. It will walk back and forth. It is quite funny.
My God. So yeah, this thing is sitting sort of on the outstretched, like nonplussed palm of this desk sergeant, and after a second or so, it stops vibrating, and then it explodes. This doesn't go off. It's not a flashbang. It's not a frag grenade. It's not an incendiary. This thing, and this is the thing you've been working on here, shit fingers, after sort of the demon encounter that you guys had, it sprays silver fragments.
That seems bad.
Well,
It's
I was
pretty
hoping
bad.
it was cake grenade, but this is okay.
Cake grenade, yes.
And like cake flies directly
So
at
for
mouths.
most of you standing in this room, what it basically does is it fills the world up with sort of a sparkly fog. Not unlike that you would expect a unicorn to ride out of into a glade, right? But for Vetra, and the ghost that's supposed to be defending Vetra, it's not so great. This stuff doesn't interact with Vetra's meat suit or soul interior so well. Vetra, go ahead and this is a desperate attune roll. I'm going to throw 3 harm at you and see what you can do with that.
You said a. Oh, okay. I'm trying to resist it. Right. Okay.
3 harm, and it's like this silver is trying to like push your soul, what's left of it or what you have in there, out of your fresh, shiny new meat suit. It's trying to blast you free.
Okay. So what's the name of this level 3 harm? Is it cool sounding?
Is it cool sounding?
Is it like banished or dispelled or something?
Yes,
Dispel.
something like that.
Oh wait, dispel is funnier if you're casting a spell. Sorry, never mind.
It's true. It's true.
You're so stupid.
Argent suffering.
I'm gonna
I
go
like
with like, yeah, Argent suffering. Nice. I'll take it. Located, something like that. Like, soul torn. Go for it.
Okay, I assume this is going to be like a resolve roll to resist.
If you're just like trying to belly up to it and resist your soul being torn out, yes.
Yeah, you
That's
know,
probably your
just
resolve.
like I said,
As
it's
you do.
Tuesday, and I get a bonus die.
Yes.
So, all right, so I suffer 3 stress. Does that step it down?
Yeah, that'll step it down to a 2 harm.
Why
To this, so don't. Well, I guess you've got spiritual armor or something like that, right?
Nope.
Okay, then never mind.
There's
It just still sucks. Yeah.
yeah, there's something.
I mean, would you have
Special armor? There's one called warded.
Yeah, so I was thinking of.
Would, but I kind of like the idea of just being forced out of my meat suit. But yeah, I'm gonna use my armor.
I think this is like partially forced out of your meat suit because you've stepped it down.
Yeah, so what happens? So you stepped it down, right? And you're using armor to absorb some of it.
Yeah.
Like you're using what's the you're using the spiritual style armor?
So that was just gonna be regular armor. I'm trying to figure. Maybe it's just like some sort of really intricately lined suit that negates some of the weird silver shit that could happen.
Okay. So let's say you got partially blasted out of your meat suit. What would that look like for everybody in the room?
Not great to see.
I'm imagining
Like would
waist up is slumped over, and then it's like demon from the waist up, but you still have like your meat suit from the waist up, and it's just limp and unconscious.
That
I'm
is
looking for
significantly
pictures online
terrifying.
of a good demon.
Yeah, it's either that or like tatters of your demon soul flare out behind you in like the form of terrible wings and things. Either way works. Regardless, everybody in the room is like, "What the fuck was that?" Even after the explosion of fairy dust.
Sprinkle, sprinkle, and then hiss.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
It is
I think I
at
found
that
it.
point. Okay.
I'm trying to pull up the. Ah, fuck! It's trying to make me download. Copy image address.
The desk sergeant sort of leaps back out of her chair, and then dives under the desk. And everyone in the room, which is like, there's probably 6 or 7 Red Hooks here, sort of milling around doing various things, all turn and look at you guys. And it's pretty clear that they recognize that you're not supposed to be here, and something weird has just happened. And some of them start going for the hooks.
Ow.
You have been hooked.
I have to ask because it's just occurred to me. Do the Red Hooks put the worst prisoners in the darkest dungeon?
Mm-hmm. Probably.
Darkest Dungeon is a video game made by Red Hook Studios.
This is not the yes.
Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha.
You're a big nerdy nerd.
Yes.
Yes,
All
he is in
kinds of
fact a professional nerd.
Shit.
Yeah, that's.
Chris is mumbling.
Alright, so that's where we're at. Shitfingers, your new thing seems to have done, because you're still facing the desk, right?
With a slightly disappointed look on my face.
Exactly, right? Like nothing exploded really. That was kind of lame. You saw none of the the ghost in front of Vetra was shredded, but nobody saw that because nobody was looking at it. Vetra is really messed up looking now, but nothing splintered or fragmented or caught on fire. So Shitfingers is like, whatever.
But the desk sergeant is okay.
I think she's gone for a gun.
She definitely leaped under the desk, which is where one might keep such a thing. Yes.
So Six Fingers leans over and says,
I will say this: the last time you saw a female NPC reach under a table of some sort, a gun was definitely produced.
So Shit Fingers leans over the table and he says, no, it is okay. It was just a sodium. I forgot what the word for silver is. I was testing to see if I could vanquish demons, but you are not a demon, so it should not be a problem for you. Is she actually getting for a gun? Because in which case, Sitchfinger will throw another bomb at her.
There's a barrel. There's a pair of barrels like rising towards you from under the table, and a string of curse words in the Murphist accent you've ever heard. Yeah.
Can I roll to destroy the shotgun?
I was gonna ask, since our the surprise is gone, can I lead everybody into a skirmish and we just start attacking?
I mean, that sounds reasonable. Let's do that thing.
Could it be wreck instead?
No, it has to be skirmish. It's fine. Like, the only person who suffers consequences is me.
Yep.
Alright. Yeah, give me the leadership stuff for that then.
So it's everyone rolls their skirmish, and for each failure, Bird would take 1 stress, but Bird can only take 1 stress maximum because of that special ability.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody who wants to roll some skirmish, and then we'll do the thing with Shitfingers and the Death Sergeant in a second.
Just standard skirmish dice then?
Sounds like it. Petrus succeeds.
Yay, we've mitigated the bad stuff.
Tyrus succeeds.
Oh shit! Oh
That's
no,
not
he's got 0 dice. He's got
You
0
can't
dice.
crit on
Doesn't
0
count.
dice though.
Fuck.
But you get a 6.
But
Oh man.
isn't Mike the one that's been critting every single game?
So excited too because I was ready for you to okay, so Mike, you are Shitfingers, you are you were going to do something to this gun. Yes?
Yeah,
as this is kicking off. And then we'll narrate the fight.
Yeah, so she's distracted coming up with the gun, right? And to shoot me, presumably.
Yes, that definitely seems to be her goal.
Is it an over-under? Or a side-by-side sort of thing, or?
Not an over-under, because that seems appropriate.
Okay, so, I take one of the 10 gauges, and I just, I pop the top off, and I put it in the shotgun barrel.
Okay.
Not quite Bugs Bunny putting my fingers in the shotgun, hoping that it won't explode. But, the closing the barrel off with, more explosives. I don't actually know that this isn't going to kill Shitfingers, but he thinks it's, this is more ideas that have been bad, and perhaps at one point in time, I thought it would be better to counter an explosion with another explosion. So it is like shooting gun down barrel of gun.
Okay. Okay, yeah, give me... That sounds like wreck, is what you're attempting here?
Yes.
Yeah? I'm not gonna lie, putting an explosive in the way of a shotgun barrel as a means of safety is probably a desperate play.
That's what I figured.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it works for him.
I figure it's...
Effect size is, if this works, you don't die. How about that?
So great effect?
Yes. Yes, great effect. Desperate great effect.
I'm gonna take 2 stress.
Roll me that, and then we'll go back to Birds leading you guys into battle.
I got to 5.
Okay.
It's not 6.
Okay, so the fight. So there's already been one sort of lame explosion, and now. So do you are you putting the explosives in as she's standing up, or are you waiting until it's pointed at you and flower childing explosives into the gun barrel?
So I'm dropping it in as she stands up. So like she's she's got the gun and like she's like, raising it up and like before she knows that it's in there, and like and then
Okay.
yeah.
So you're close enough to
part of
put
this is a good
hands on
idea.
this gun, right?
Yeah, I leaned over the thing and
Uh-huh.
Shit fingers.
Okay.
I lean over the counter to tell her that the cause for violence is not necessary. It was not meant for her. It was meant for dispelling the demons and the ghosts. And please do not be
As you
increasing
get
the
ready
violence.
to explode her.
Well, it was a defensive countermeasure.
So yeah, she points the gun at you and pulls the trigger, calling you some sort of fucking asshole, goddamn cuntsucker, and then pulls the trigger, and then the slug impacts the explosive, and everything goes bright and burny for a second for Shitfingers, and anyone else who happens to be standing immediately nearby, but I think everyone else is a little bit clear of the desk. So she functionally evaporates. Like that happens. It's real bad.
Functionally.
Like there's still bits and pieces of her. Like if Vetro wanted to build a mask, he could theoretically scrape bits of her up and then put but no. Shitfingers on the other hand only takes desperate roll. He succeeded. I'm gonna give you 3 harm too. And that is going
harm?
Yeah.
Yes.
You put a dynamite in a shotgun and stood there.
But
you Looney Tunes this shit, man. God. Okay.
Yeah, you didn't die.
Yeah,
you didn't die.
That's impressive, honestly.
It mostly worked.
So you are going to be ragdolled across the room. 3 harm of mostly exploded.
It's a big difference
I
between
already put down
exploded and
shitty physics
mostly
simulator.
exploded.
Mostly.
Shitty physics simulator is awesome. Let's do that.
Can I soak that?
Yes, you may attempt to soak that.
Can I? So I have armor, right? What is armor? I've never had to roll armor before. Usually,
armor just
else
like automatically stages it down.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you throw up a piece of armor with your load, that just
armor costs 2 load.
Oh, 2 load. Yeah. Sorry.
All right, I'm gonna downgrade that from mostly exploded to slightly exploded.
And then you can resist again.
Can I resolve prowess or insight? How does that work? I guess I'm not going to use insight for this.
Well, here's the question. Insight's mostly social, right?
Insight is like mental.
Insight is knowing that putting a dynamite in a shotgun
Well,
is a bad
that's
idea.
it, right? Like, I think you may have already failed the insight roll.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So yeah,
probably
you can try resist
because that's meeting at it.
I would. You can resist with prowess in your meat form and hopefully not die. Well, not take. Oh God!
You take no stress.
Damn it! Okay,
he loves this
it
shit.
steps it down. You just take. You take one.
Mike, roll another 1d6 because you get a bonus defense die because of our gang ability. Okay, if it was a 6, you would have actually gotten healthier.
Which would have been amazing, but it didn't happen.
So I'm gonna take a little exploded.
So yeah, like
Singed.
you are like exploding cigar in a cartoon exploded.
So I went from mostly exploded to slightly exploded to a little exploded. Got it.
You have to hit you people harder than this. This is ridiculous. Okay,
No, that's just a really good resistance roll.
Yeah.
That was a really good resistance roll. Okay, so that happened. Now, Bird, walk me through your combat leadership as you guys brutalize this room full of half-drunk Red Hoods
Until
that just watch their friend like go up in a ball of smoke.
Until the whole shotgun thing happened, I was gonna jump over the desk and punch her, but that's not happening now. So,
You can
um,
like land in a pile of something. I mean,
no.
you can jump. There are plenty of targets. Like I said, there's probably 7 or 8 of these guys.
Yeah.
We got men and women in Red Hook, in various states of Red Hook uniform. A lot of them have their coats off and things hung up while they're here. Underneath, they're wearing like the yellow suspenders and the gray shirt, as is traditional.
Yeah. I'm probably just going for whoever the other nearest Murph is. And just like the pretending's over, so it's time to bring out my knives.
Okay, great. You bring out your knives.
Is one of them still coated in Murph blood?
Yes. It's a Murph killer. It's killed
I
two.
was gonna say.
I probably even tell the Murph I'm stabbing that I've already killed 2 Murphs with it.
Beware, I wield Murph's bane. Witness its might. Just start striking people down with it.
Yeah.
You took the reference right out of my mouth. That was yes. This will be a minor artifact by the time we're done killing Murphs.
Murph bane.
It'll glow in the presence of Murphs.
It trails a small amount of smoke.
Excellent.
Yeah, no, you're on this dude, and he goes down fast, disbelieving when you tell him that you've killed Murphs before. That he is not your first dead Murph.
It's not even my first today.
Bounce around the room a little bit while these other yahoos are smashing as well through this front room. Pretty loud. It's got to have happened before Mirko organized his mob though, so we'll come back. Want to touch on what they do to help clear out the Murphs, or are we gonna?
So, I imagine I told at least one of Team Murder Kill that I was going to be doing this. Probably the whole group, but in future I might, narrow that field. But like, I don't know. Maybe we can have like evidence that's like, oh hey, like they're all dressed like Murphs or something.
Like we put the Murph killing knives in the hands of other Murphs.
Yeah.
And then hook them to death.
Yeah.
Okay. If you guys would like to stage the crime scene in that way, I am open to options.
I could use my unnatural human speed, the devil's footsteps. I can perform a feat of athletics that verges on the superhuman, and I can run around putting the photos and other trinkets that I stole from the corpses earlier.
The wallets
and the knives. I can start doing that when there's a mob of Murphs.
planting evidence on the mob as it comes in.
Yeah, just various people in the crowd.
Okay. All right.
And
Mirka,
then yelling accusations. Oh my god, this one's got Murph's necklace.
Well, that's the question, right? Mirka, did you accompany them in?
Oh yeah.
I'm
totally rabble-rousing and my people and blah blah blah, all this stuff.
What are the rest of you folks doing? So Quill, did you ever get your meat suit zipped back up?
Nope. There's not time for that now. Now it's time for bad news for these fuckos.
Can you have left to go find loot? Maybe with someone else?
This is what Quill looks like from the waist up. Are there still people around to actively fight? Well,
I'm kind of acting like the you guys' combined fighting roll, skirmish roll, sort of cleared out this front room in whatever way seems appropriate. So right now, no. There's a bunch of blood stains and used meat suits and partially exploded desk sergeants
Okay.
around the room.
So I think there's like a deep breath, and like the lower set of arms kind of crosses tightly to the torso, and then Vetra says,
Can someone help me with my suit?
Zipper.
No. Tyrus, go zip up our lawyer.
Fuck off! No.
No, I'm.
On
That
the
is.
same side.
That is like a.
I'm still
That is-
cuffed.
That is a 9 on my Windows shitometer.
All right,
Wait,
Burb.
shit, 9's German.
Step up.
I can look the other way, bird.
and turns around and faces like the front door, I guess,
Jesus.
and
Why are you
tries to put limbs in tight so it won't be as difficult to tuck into the suit.
I feel like that's probably worth some stress for somebody, but I don't know who.
I mean, if he really needs help, Bird will. Looking at him would be
Spirit's a
pretty
real
stressful.
friend.
Yep.
Oh God. Okay. How much
Alright.
stress?
Bird is the kind of friend who will end someone for you without even asking to make sure that they need to be stabbed fatally.
Exactly. It doesn't check beforehand, because that's wasting time.
Exactly.
Early Bird
Um,
is Murph.
Early Bird gets the kill.
Alright, so what is people who are not currently half demon or zipping up half demons doing in this room?
Standing back up and brushing off.
Awesome. Tyrus, what are you doing while you're not zipping up the demon?
I think what Tyrus is doing in the mass confusion. Because let me see if I have this scene right in my head. Stop me when I lose the plot here. So, freaky ass quill from the torso up.
Mm-hmm.
A whole lot of pink mist behind the front desk. Probably about 15 to 20 red hooks in various stages of alarum / getting punched.
Yes. Well, that's a little bit higher than the number you used, but yeah.
Okay. What is the general mood / readiness level of these red hooks right now?
Well, the red hooks in this room are either unconscious, bleeding out, or soon to be.
All of them?
In this front hallway, yes. Like I said, I'm using Bird's combined sort of skirmish test,
Right.
as having cleared out these dudes. There will be more coming. In fact, you can hear footsteps in the ceiling above you. There are what sound like fire alarms going off.
Do any of the ones that are in this room and still conscious look like a squealer?
Sound or like give up info? This is important.
It can be both, but it has to be B at least.
Yeah, you can probably find somebody to brutalize for information.
All right.
Like the young, like freckle-faced Murph over in the corner, cradling a broken arm.
Okay.
He's just like babbling about Murph stabbers.
Oh, okay. So he's frightened. Well, I'm going to command him, and I'm going to take an extra die for commanding him to give me relevant information about what exactly we came here for.
Okay, great.
And how many I roll determines how many bad Murphy threats I give him.
Okay. Yeah.
Risky?
Just because of the circumstances, something fun could go wrong.
Yes.
Standard effect, you find out things that this kid would probably know
Yes.
about what you're looking for.
And just to be sure, I'm going to push myself for a 3rd die. So I don't leave nothing up to chance.
Except for dice.
I was about to say, you're rolling dice,
Except
so
for
I mean,
dice.
literally everything is left up to chance.
As little to chance. Okay. Well, that's technically a pass. So
Mhm.
I only
Okay.
get, I only get 1 Murphy related threat though. I got to think about it. What do I want to use? Okay, I got it. You said you gave us a little bit of Murph training to catch me up before I went in on this cockamamie scheme.
Oh yeah.
So I'm conversant with the Murphs.
Mhm.
So I walk up
Conversant.
to one of the ones that's still conscious, and I produce my own meat hook, because I have one of those too. And I lean down really close to his face. I say, "Oi, you know what Murphy's Law is? Murphy's Law is you're a fucking dead gobshite if you don't tell me where the fuck the evidence boxes are. Huh? Huh? Huh?" Oh,
And you
that's,
see,
that's
he's
right.
looking at you, looking around, looking at Bird, and looking at the demon.
Oi. Oh, yeah, hook going you. Tell me where the boxes are.
They're in lockup. Lockup's on the second floor. You have to go lock up on the second floor.
Good lad. We go to 2nd floor.
I love that you used the racist Ted voice while you interrogated him.
Yeah, well, you know, he only got like a limited success in training us in Murphdom, so I didn't get the right accent, but that's okay.
True, it's true. Yeah, and then he passes out from the pain and probably pees himself because he's new.
Works for me.
He was 2 days from the end of his internship.
Hey, I left him breathing, unlike some other people.
It's true.
So-
That guy probably will live unless you burn the place down on the way out.
And
You
not
have
my
met
call.
us, yes.
That's why I specified.
Very true.
Feel like it needed qualified.
Yeah, but you could have said
so
when, not unless.
Shitfingers might be dead by then, so it might not happen.
Fair shout.
Okay. So about this time, you guys can hear some sort of drunken mob rustling across the street.
I imagine they're even
if-
singing like a football hymn or something.
Yes, they are going full hooligan.
Or like,
because
yeah,
of
Onward Christian Soldiers or something.
Oh,
something.
Mm.
Onward Konkordat soldiers.
Yeah.
random outbreaks of
How many of you are making yourselves scarce? By now, Vetra has been properly zipped up, although that suit is probably... Like, the suit, not the meat suit, the suit is probably beyond saving long term.
That's
Oh,
fine.
he just got it too.
How many of you are making yourselves scarce, and who is staying here to absorb the wrath of the mob? Bear in mind, there are footsteps and alarms coming from further inside the building.
There are some things we need to gather from inside of here. Yes, I have some boxes I need to acquire
Yeah.
the contents of.
You and me both.
Yes. Perhaps we should get working on that before more shit goes bad.
Well, according to Mr. Stool over there, they're only 1 floor up. So if we can find quick way up, not through stairs, that might be prudent to do right now.
I imagine they actually have those like fire poles most places.
Yep, it's almost all fire poles.
Oh my god. I'm gonna be all over those. Like, just, like, making my way up.
Should be good.
Probably using my shadow cloak. I can at least confuse the Murphs coming down the stairs or something.
Yeah, yeah. So a set of Murphs is like now, like they're starting to roll down the poles in twos, into the area sort of behind the lobby. Pointing fingers and yelling things in Murph, and looking at you like, I'm not sure. What are you doing here?
No, I was just thinking about like I don't know, like climbing up, throwing one over the railing, like just constantly jumping onto the staircase and like onto another pole sort of thing.
Okay, so you're gonna try to like leap around them, being
Yeah.
convincing.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Are you just gonna try to like ignore them and pretend that you totally belong here for sure?
Yeah, I mean, I still have the uniform on. I probably even sometimes like blend in the crowd and try to act like really surprised or whatever, like, you know, like frightened, like what's going on, what's happening sort of thing.
Um.
Since I'm still disguised. I don't think
Okay. Are you trying to help anybody else's cover, or is this is like Bird like figuring everyone else is a lost cause is probably going to burn this place down, and she needs to go get some work done?
I mean, I would help somebody up if they ask me to, like on my way up there. Like I'm just thinking of distracting the ones on the stairs.
Okay. Yeah. Give me. You want to give me some kind of roll for that? We'll call it risky. It's not old situation for anybody.
Okay.
I mean, maybe Bird trying to like completely escape notice, but in this case, it's probably risky. Standard effect is you can delay and maybe give some bonuses to the people behind you who have much worse cover stories.
Cool. Yeah, I am gonna push myself.
Yeah, there's the stress sack. There you go.
Yeah.
There you are. Okay, yeah. So, yeah. So you're just trying to slow them down, or are you trying to feed them a line? What's the?
Slow them down. I mean, I mentioned that I wanted to throw some of them over the stairs railing.
Like, okay, yeah, yeah. Just sowing chaos on your way upstairs. I
Yeah.
like it.
And then, you know, also just blending in with my disguise and stuff. I like just following around where they think the action is happening.
Okay. All right, yeah. You make your way up the stairs. You kick a guy off the second floor stairs for good
Wilhelm.
measure, and he sort of fall. Yep, he Wilhelms down to the first floor. Uh, yeah, and you are upstairs in sort of a less presentable area. Like it's still a fairly nice place because they have like interns or had interns that cleaned it. But it's like living quarters and that sort of thing. Maybe some more businessy places. I get the idea that the offices are further towards the back of the building, and where that. And if Tyrus told you about going to the evidence locker, which you probably did, it'll be back there.
I think everyone in the group but Mirko knows where the evidence lockers, or at least that they're on the second floor.
Everybody else besides Mirko, what are you doing right now, and how suspicious does it look?
Going upstairs to loot boxes. And as far as suspicion level, I mean, I'm probably not supposed to be up there as a lawyer.
Yeah, no, you don't really have clearance to go much past the first floor, probably, do you?
Yeah.
Are you going to try to make this used meat suit look like a Murph? Are you going to try to climb the stairs? Are you trying to like jump up through one of the pole holes to get to the second floor? What's your plan?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go up the stairs, and if anybody has a problem, then they get to talk to Mr. Lightning.
Okay, well, somebody's probably got a problem. You're going to get accosted on the stairs by at least one Murph. They tend to be fairly aggressive when it comes to people walking out of explosions and further into their place. So, yeah, are you just gonna like lightning zap the guy?
I'm going to say, for your own safety, step aside, please. This is your only warning.
That always goes over
That
great with
sounds
dogs.
like a command to me.
Yeah, probably. It's probably risky or desperate. I know it's not controlled.
Okay, so you are giving a cop
Uh-huh.
pay attention to you in deeply suspicious circumstances in his house.
Yes.
That's a desperate role, friend.
All right, I guess.
I mean,
What's the effect? Limited, probably.
Yes, the effect is you get the limited effect is yes. Limited
Okay.
effect. What best case scenario? Unless you crit, you're probably going to be like stopped and interrogated on the stairs.
That's real bad for him. That's real bad for me too. I got a 4. 4 is my best number. So far, 4 is the highest number I've
Okay,
rolled tonight
so
out of
it's
9
true, and
dice.
he's rolling a bunch of ones along with them. All right, so your 4 was commands. You give this guy your. I imagine Vetra being very direct and very officious about this, right?
Yeah.
Like clearly I belong here, sort of thing, and you
Yeah.
are the interloper somehow. And takes a second to sort of collect himself, and then he goes to like grab you by the tattered remains of your suit shoulder and sort of turn you down the stairs and try to give you a rough shove.
Okay.
That there's a scuffle going on the stairs, sort of, that might escalate. Tyrus and Shitfingers. You each get one sort of action-ish thing before Mirka shows up with his mob and things get even more fun.
Are we trying to be less violent or more violent?
I think we're going to get paid.
Yes.
I don't think you guys planned to this point, so
I think our characters did. I don't think as players we did.
So, in the past, I have watched Mirko go for the loot and followed them. Mirko is not with the loot.
Mirko is not here. Mirko's part of this plan.
But the loot is nearby. But you said it was upstairs?
Yes.
It's upstairs, yeah.
And I would have to exert myself physically to get there.
Yes. At the very least, you'd have to. Yes, you would have to climb some stairs or something to get there.
I'm imagining Shitfingers looks kind of like Steve Buscemi.
Okay.
And but super scrawny Steve Buscemi. Like I don't know. Like he was a firefighter.
I was gonna say, yeah, like Steve Buscemi was like a for real firefighter, so this works, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna I'm gonna pick a hat up off the ground, like whether or not it's the correct hat for this.
Hello, fellow Red Hooks. Put the hat and the hook kind of over a shoulder.
Yeah, but just casually grab things they may or may not complete the ensemble, right?
Okay.
But I'll pick up a hat and grab something that looks vaguely hook-like, and hang it over my shoulder, like I'm going back to the barracks after long days of red hooking.
Okay, that sounds like some form of role to me. Pick a skill?
I'm just trying to get by. It is nothing of consequence.
Are you talking to people, or are you sneaking past?
I'm like yawning. I'm trying to be sneaky by being not noticeable.
I'm trying to talk you into rolling prowl because you have dice in that.
And I am rolling the prowls. I am just trying to be. I'm explaining how I'm being skullduggery by not being. Like I'm not actively throwing grenades, which is for its Shitfingers.
That is very
skullduggery.
I am tempted to call every non-explosive attempt that Shitfingers makes at something 1 degree more difficult.
That's fair.
Yep.
Shall I make that? All right. So the prowl difficulty position is desperate.
It's
Because I'm not
desperate
throwing
because
grenades.
if you get spotted as not a fast.
Most of the words were eaten by your beard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to call that desperate because if you are found out as not a red hook, things are going to get really bad really fast.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Aww.
Almost a crit.
Yeah, it's better.
Okay.
Mark XP for that.
Desperate
I get 2
roll.
XP. That's my second desperate roll.
So yeah, you describe to me the path that Shitfingers takes through this group of sort of suspicious but shell-shocked red hooks. You have a lot to deal with right now.
So like, I take the path of least resistance that is like not obviously skirting to the side, but it is also not like chomping down the center. Oh my god, where did that gun come from? Chomping down the center of the room. So like, get the hat on and like the head down and the hook on the shoulder and like just kind of quietly mumbling about how I need to get back to the place where I hang my boots, because that is what we Murphs do. We hang our boots up in places and we go do law-abiding things and then return to our houses without grenades.
You're whistling hi ho, hi ho.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you get a lot of looks, but your face looks like a cigar exploded on you, which is kind of a traditional Murph look at the end of a hard day. And like I said, they got a lot to deal with. So yeah, you sort of like walk your way up. You dodge the falling dude that Bird kicked down the stairs.
Whoa, there's Murphs falling out of the sky now.
It's raining Murphs.
Hallelujahs.
Alright, so Tyrus. Oh,
Yes.
That's also going to put you, by the way, Shitfingers, on the stairs when the stuff with Vetra probably goes down.
That's fine. I have another silver grenade.
So that should be...
Oh my god, that was great.
Okay.
Really well played.
I'm really mad I didn't think of it.
Yes. Tyrus, what
Yes.
in the hell is happening with these guys?
Okay, so we have Bird going stealth. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
We have Shitfingers going sneak. I think that part of me really wants to be a big distraction to let them get the boxes and get out faster. Part of me wonders if I should just go Bruce Banner on this thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Aren't you
That
already
is-
Bruce Banner?
No, well, yes, I am Bruce Banner. That's right. I got that backwards. It's late.
I'm going to turn into a scrawny nerd
Yeah.
and beg for mercy is what we're going to do.
Listen to my argument about why your organization is feebly structured.
Oh god, is that neutron radiation?
It's the Delta Ray. So what I'm going to do is I see the quill shape getting accosted at the stairway, and I decide that this will not pass, and I will just charge. That's my plan.
The stairway?
I will charge.
Are you charging the stairway or just okay?
The
Okay.
guy on the
Fuck those
stairs.
stairs.
Who's
They killed my
accosting?
father. Yes, the people on the stairs. I am charging them.
Okay. You are charging past a number of Murphs to get to the stairs to go start a fight with more Murphs. Yeah, that's probably, again, fairly desperate because they're like all armed and already on alert. And you are clearly an interloper.
Oh, wait. How many are between me and the stairs? I might have gotten a wrong picture here.
there's there's like three poles, and there've been a handful, like 4 or 5 people come down them
Okay.
between you and the stairs. Like they're not all going to be like standing in a line waiting to hack at you, but they're like
They're getting ready
in the
to.
general space between you and the stairs.
Okay, well,
They're spaced
then
every
instead
5 feet, and each of them makes an attack of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, we're doing that. So so instead of charging the people on the staircase, then I am just going to charge towards the person who most recently slid down off of a pole.
Okay.
But before I do that, I'm going to check the wording of a thing, because I'm trying to remember what this what is it called? What this rage essence vial does. 'Cause
Oh,
it sounds
God.
appealing. It sounds appealing.
So yeah, Rage Essence
Drink the
Vial
Rage Essence.
Yeah.
and
turns
then
you into the
try-
hole.
At least
basically.
you are the only member of the crew that's still on the first floor. This might be okay.
Yeah, I mean, I need something, and the other option's not really a thing right now. So,
Yeah.
What-
So read me Rage Essence here, friends.
I'm trying
what are
to
we
find
looking
it. I think. Yep, there we go. Rage Essence. Single dose, which greatly enhances the user's strength, resistance to pain, and irrational aggression for the span of several minutes. Modify your position and effect accordingly. When you fight on Rage Essence, you suffer 2 consequences: can't tell friend from foe, and can't stop until they're all broken. I can resist these as usual.
Oh,
Hang
so
out
if
right now.
you can resist to be able to tell friend from foe. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Absent GM fiat, yes, it looks like that. So yeah, I'm gonna down that cocktail. And
Go for it. I assume you're no longer manacled, right?
no, those are gone. Those are gone. Still got my meat hook though.
Of course you do. Why would you not have a meat hook? Everybody else has hooks. It only makes sense.
Yeah,
Right?
it would be gauche to come to the red hooks without a hook. And we
Pretty
are
cool.
nothing if not
Exactly.
consummate professionals.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let that blood haze wash over me, and I'm just gonna blank out for the next couple minutes.
Win in violence room. Okay, so you just take this shot of violence.
Yep.
Throw it down your throat.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so yes, your position is going to improve. You can now probably take a room full of red hooks.
Yes.
I'm gonna roll a skirmish.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Here's your option, right? You can sort of charge a small clump for a risky roll, or a large clump for a desperate roll.
You know, gotta go big. I
Okay.
need them desperate rolls. So
Alright.
desperate position. I'm assuming standard effect at best.
Standard effect, yes, thanks to their numbers and your hulking out is probably
Yes,
with
yes.
the gamma
Is-
potion the standard effect.
Is your meat hook your fine weapon?
No, it's my scary weapon.
Okay. Then ignore me.
Because I also a savage, and when I unleash physical violence, it is especially frightening.
Well,
S-
fine, like anything with the fine keyword basically can step up your effect.
oh,
That's what
can
fine
I
does.
do the dual choppy chop?
Absolutely. Why not?
Well, just run it past you in case there was a reason. So, fine hand weapon in one hand, scary meat hook in the other. And then, yeah, that's gonna up that to a great effect. So,
Look
desperate
forward to adjudicating this roll.
is. Well, you're gonna look forward to this too. Is there a devil's
there
bargain?
are moments that. Oh God.
You have so many choices.
There's so much going on right now.
I know. You're welcome.
I have one really bad idea.
Alright, hit me.
Basically, once this room is depleted, you see Vetra and you can't tell friend from foe.
I wasn't even thinking that was a devil's bargain. I thought that was just going to happen regardless. But if that's the
Well,
deal,
I figured like Vetra would be out of the room by the time you were done with these 5 mooks.
We'll see.
I as much as I love shitting on Vetra, I feel like
Give him a break.
Vetra's taken some hits. Devil's bargain. Devil's bargain is clear out this room. You can't make. You don't get to resist either of the. So, will not be able to tell friend from foe or stop until they're all broken, until essentially.
Until when? You cut out right then.
Sorry, until the potion wears off.
Cut out again.
Okay.
Until the
Oh my
potion
god,
wears off.
seriously?
Oh,
The
okay.
potion wears off.
Until it wears off several
Oh, okay.
minutes.
Yeah, all I heard was until
Hey, let me flip
off.
Okay.
So it's for the span of several minutes.
Okay.
So I think they'll last several minutes.
I'm bringing a fresh mob that's pretty drunk.
Yeah, don't forget there's
Oh.
a fresh mob with one of your teammates in it coming towards the door right now.
I'm pretty good at
Fuck.
pinning blame and danger on other people. I'll probably
Well,
be fine.
Good times.
If not, I can take some trauma, and that'll be good too.
Cool. You know what? Hell with it. Take
It's a
it.
character building experience.
Mhm.
Awesome. Okay, give me
Yes.
that roll then, friends.
Alright.
Okay.
Works for me.
Alright, so I imagine because you're still sort of in the opening lobby. You never made it past the. Well, I guess you guys fought some dudes, so I don't know where you start at.
Not very
Um,
far from that lobby is where I'm at.
Okay. So you're kind of. I imagine you down the potion and you're looking sort of across the lobby at the stairs because that's where the largest mass of these guys is coming from. Your vision goes red, and you just sort of sprint across the area between here and there.
Mhm.
With the desks and pulls. And Tyrus is a huge dude, and now he's hulked out, and he's just like, furniture is flying, desks are upending and like breaking in half and landing. He sort of just shoulder charges one of the poles down, just like shears it off. There's a he's coming up on his pole, and there's like probably early 20s female Murph sliding down this pole, and you see her. She's getting close to the ground, and she points, and she's yelled at the dude that Tyrus already interrogated.
Mhm.
Like, Murph, no! And Tyrus just like Mack trucks her right through off the pole.
Just a fine
So-
red mist.
Hang on. Wait. She was on the pole? Can
Yeah.
I do a revision? Okay, as I'm running at her, I shout out, "Hey, what's my favorite band?" Dropkick!
Oh my god. Okay.
You're
yeah.
welcome.
No, that's real bad. Like she ragdolls through the air, end over end, and slams into the wall and slides down next to the other youth that also just finished his internship.
Your rage essence vial is actually just concentrated pop culture.
Oh, it's worth it. It's so worth it.
And you charge towards the stairs, and you're just thrashing. What is your other weapon? You got the meat hook in one hand. What is your fine weapon?
My fine weapon is the. If you played Shadow of Mordor,
Yep.
whenever he goes into wraith form, that little pick hammer.
Okay.
So one side's a
Okay.
pick, the other side's a hammer, and it's all pain.
Okay, yeah, that's a lot of pain. Yeah, so you've got like Murphs stacked too deep on your meat hook, and you're just like tearing through the architecture with that pick hammer to get to people, and this like mass of violence is moving quickly towards the base of the stairs and the critical mass of Murphs.
Sweet. Excellent.
It's about to get it's about to get real bad over in there. This is the scene that you enter on. Well, the mob enters on, and the leader Murph,
the leader
Murph Prime shouts something unintelligible, points glass on the ground, and rushes in to the lobby, clearly ready for some throwdown. Behind him,
I think
follows as to their current abilities.
I think the goal for me here is to get like a few of the shrimpy Murphs that I figure. Well, I know Bird's a stone cold killer now. So like a few shrimpy Murphs and be like, hey, we're gonna go like secure the upstairs or whatever, or like let them lead me to wherever like the valuables are. Basically, see if I can't make them think it's their own idea.
Okay. Okay.
Like, let's go. They're probably like more than just the murder hobo.
Are you giving them an order to take you up there, or are you like trying to make them think it's their idea?
I think I'd probably actually just order them. Like, you three with me, let's go.
Yeah, we can make that. Just try to pull them off.
Or like, I think I saw one head up, like head through there or something. Because I mean, there's probably evidence leading towards upstairs.
Okay. Okay. If you point them towards the stairs, okay, yeah. I'll give you two options.
Mm-hmm.
One, you find three partially sober Murphs, and they're into it, and they will try to get upstairs with you to go find this stuff, right?
Cool.
To go secure the valuables. Or you find like two super blasted Murphs, and they know a back way in, but this is a desperate roll, and something could go super wrong. Like,
oh, shit, I'm in. I'll talk to the drunk ones, yeah.
You had us at something can go wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Give me that roll, then. Give me a desperate roll with the effect size being, like, on a success. These guys lead you upstairs through this mess somehow.
Awesome.
And put you where you need to be.
I have a really stupid question.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a devil's bargain?
Is there a devil's bargain?
Yes.
No such thing as dumb questions. Just terrible, terrible outcomes.
And I'm assuming this is great effect, whereas the other one would be standard.
Yes. Okay. This will be great effect as opposed to standard. Devil's bargain. Trying to think of how to make the situation worse than it currently is. It's really straining my brain right now.
That's a pretty standard devil's bargain.
Yeah.
They recognize you. Or
yeah,
they will recognize you.
On actually, yeah, no, this is like war starting behavior. So,
what's our current relation with the Red Hooks?
Great.
No, there were no witnesses the other night.
Yeah.
There was a ghost. Yeah, no, I mean, you guys were kind of neutral for the Red Hooks, but if you get spotted like burning, dropping all the bodies in this place, yeah, that's.
I have modest proposal.
Eat all the children.
No, that's an
We
immodest
burned the
proposal.
place down.
What?
I have several bombs. We set fires to everything. And who would suspect that fire would be the ones to destroy the firemen?
No one.
Really,
No
just
one
speaks
would
to their
suspect
lack
that.
of competence in their chosen area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, like my immediate impulse when I was just asked for Devil's Bargain is Shitfingers panics and blows a bunch of shit up. Was like my immediate thought. And you guys can just be like super at war with the Red Hooks.
I mean, like going down to -3 status is more than I think I'm willing to pay. So instead, I'll take 2 stress and just push myself.
No, it is okay. Shitfingers pays it for you.
Oh, good.
Things
Oh,
are
man.
going
Good
great.
roll too.
Yep.
Oh god.
Well, I get some XP.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, you randomly show up
okay.
the wake, right? So
Pardon?
it's not like
Oh
I
yeah.
said you just randomly showed up the wake and you're like, come with me. And it's like, now that they're here, they probably looked at you and realized that.
I mean,
you know,
they're
why
cops, not morons.
am-
So these two guys, these two drunk Murphs, like, yeah, shh, come, we can totally make it through here, over here. It'll be fine. Just stay down because there's some shit happening over here. And they like do that drunk sneak thing,
Yeah.
right, through the room. They seem to be headed towards like an area sort of catty corner too, but behind the stairs. And as they sort of make it, they both get just fucking steamrolled by Tyrus.
Good.
Just wrecked, and Tyrus sort of skids to a stop,
Mhm.
like right in front of you, and then it looks like sort of the second to last scene in the first Avengers movie with.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Cool.
I'm gonna call that it's a raged up
Mm-hmm.
gigantic fucking cutter.
Mm-hmm.
What can you do with 4 harm?
I can.
Level 4 harm is dead.
Yes. So, I can try to resist it.
Stuff with it. Yes. Not if he does stuff with
How
it.
does dead feel, Andrew?
Um, I'd like to spend my armor.
Solid call. I feel
Yep.
like that was the first thing I was trying to get out of your
Yep. Um,
inventory there.
and then I think I'm also going to try to resist. I should point out, I am 2 stress from traumaing out. I'm also halfway
Awesome.
tempted to just
Let's do
have
this thing.
Mirko die at this point, because that would also be pretty cool.
Cool way to go.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Mirko shit-stirred his way right into death.
Yeah. The first desperate roll I fail is literally lethal. But I'm going to try to roll resolve, and I'm going to take a bonus die. So I'm going to roll 3 dice, and I don't stress out.
Wow.
Oh, you're so close. Yes, you get smashed real hard.
So I'm going to need the level 2 harm puny god.
Puny god.
Yeah, and then I imagine that
I just stay
Tyrus
down.
just sort of hucks. Yeah, well, Tyrus doesn't like set you nicely down on the floor. Like he
Nope.
hucks you over his shoulder as he moves onto the stairwell. How are we all doing on time, guys? It's 11:30 for me.
I probably gotta pack it in soonish.
yeah.
Well, I feel like it's unlikely we're going to resolve most of this all the way tonight.
Some shit's
Way
going
together.
down a little bit. Which is
Maybe-
completely out of the ordinary for us.
I just want to
Maybe,
point out,
maybe
I have incredible cover now.
got your ass kicked by the bad guy, dude.
Yeah.
That's like the start of every comic book team up ever.
Mhm.
You and the Red Hooks were now actually go fight crime.
Yeah.
together. Yeah, no, I think we call it now with like the impending freight train of Tyrus bearing down on the stairs that contain two of our other protagonists, while a third convalesces in the corner.
Yes.
Being okay.
You guys.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Which leaves us without downtime actions for this time. I guess maybe we'll catch it mid-session next time.
Yeah. It's not a huge excuse me.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm halfway tempted to roll a new character, anyways.
Yeah.
You know, like a hound who might fit in better with the
I mean-
murder group.
I mean,
Where?
at the same time, Tyrus is still rampaging.
Oh, yeah.
There's still
Yeah.
time.
There is still
Oh, yeah.
time.
All the time in the world, buddy.
So I feel like Shitfingers has to have like a neutralize the people in the party. So he's got the silver
He's
grenade
fucked up
for
Soviet Batman.
Yeah.
yeah.
like-
well, it's like
No,
but,
it's
like,
Iron
yeah.
Man. Iron Man builds a suit for every contingency. Shitfingers
Well,
builds a bomb for every
I mean-
contingency.
Yeah, he's got the it's the Tower of Babel
Yeah.
run from the comics. Yeah,
Right.
like
Except the counter to Shitfingers is simply to pull the bombs that are on his belt.
This is the Quill Buster.
What does this one do? It is for Tyrus.
The Tyrus
What is this
Buster.
in the Tyrus Buster?
The Tyrus Buster is just like it smells like warm cookies and somehow has the sound of puppies.
Is kittens.
Yeah.
It
Popper.
explodes into kittens. And it summons kittens from the great beyond. Quill gave special
it's-
Detra,
The
Detra
Planet
has-
Hulk panel when he's sitting there
Yes.
with like 90 puppies.
and he's just laughing and
Yeah. And it's like, it
but
was
these are like demon
terrifying.
kittens. Yeah, it opens a portal to the plane of kittens.
no. Here's what you guys don't get. Like the Tyrus bomb is like is a scholarship to like college. Like the Tyrus bomb is just like become Bruce Banner. Here your education is funded.
All right. So yeah, let's
Slow
wrap up the stream here. We've been That D&D Podcast. It's been a lot of fun. And yeah, you can find us at thatdndpodcast.com, and we also do the streams that you're watching right now, or you're watching us on YouTube, which we also put our videos there. And we try to stream something most Wednesdays at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. And then also other times, which we announce on Twitter.
So really, the D&D portion of our name is
Oh,
not
God,
entirely
that's-
accurate.
It no longer applies.
That
And
Yeah.
the
was-
podcast portion of our name, it does not really go far enough.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
really,
no,
that's
we-
a role-playing media enterprise.
So
That roleplay
here's-
network just doesn't roll off
Here's
the
part of the
tongue as
problem
well.
that I'm running into. Roleplay is taken, tabletop is taken, so we have to come up with something that is both generic but also neither of those things.
We could be
Those
that
gaming
live,
people.
that live play podcast. See, that just I don't know.
Right?
What about
Anyways,
boat
let's cut
stealing
this here.
podcast?
Good night,
Shit
everybody.
fingers and friends.